In 1982, Nike released the Field General, specifically for football, worn by legends like Archie Manning. The shoe is pretty obscure. A lot of people from even that generation may have forgotten about it, but Nike is reaching deep into their archives, teaming up with Union LA, one of their most popular collaborators, and coming out with this special colorway, Union LA Field General Shimmer. And the shoe did drop on June 27th for $120 on Union LA's website. On sneakers, they're actually dropping the ivory and light Allwood brown colorway on July 10th for $120 as well. So definitely keep your eyes out if you're looking for that colorway. I believe this colorway specifically might still be available in some sizes on Union LA's website. So head over there after you finish this video if you're into this shoe. Now this year Nike has brought back quite a few colorways with the black colorway as well as the white and red colorway. So they're clearly trying to bring back that nostalgia factor from people that were around when the shoe first released, as well as introducing this silhouette to people that didn't know about this shoe. Now I will say I was not born in 1982, did not follow football, did not grow up with football, I didn't grow up in the US, so I was not aware of the shoe till very recently. I do like that they reached into the archives and learning about a shoe that I wasn't very familiar with. And first impressions of the shoe, I gotta say I'm not a huge fan of the silhouette. I think there's a lot going on in terms of the colors as well. I did want to just get this shoe just to expand my variety that I review and just learn more about another shoe that I wasn't around for when it originally released. But just maybe one too many things going on. There's some cool things about it that I'll go through later, but overall this isn't exactly a shoe that I'm just really excited for. So on the upper, you have this mesh toe box as well as the mid panel. I don't love the mesh toe box and mid panel kind of aesthetic, but I get it. It is part of the DNA of this shoe, so I'm not going to complain too much. And then on the mid panel, you see that very distinct Union LA tag, as well as that yellow stitching to go with it. And then on the overlays, you have the suede. And the suede, it's not like the best suede or anything. It's kind of on the hairier side in terms of suede. And also you get these leather parts like around the toe box, around the ankle collar as well. That leather, again, it's not the best leather or anything, but at a price of $120, not exactly expecting super premium leather, especially from Nike. The swoosh itself is leather too, and you'll see a bit of that tumble texture on that swoosh. And this pink eyelet at the top, that is very unique, so not a traditional eyelet, stands out as well. And then to match that pink eyelet, you see that pull tab on the booty. Don't love pull tabs on shoes. I'm not sure how I feel about that one, but it's there. And then Nike printed on the heel. And also on the booty, you see this Nike logo that is cut out. And I kind of like that. Kind of like a use of negative space. That's pretty unique as well. And then finally finishing off the booty, it is this heel counter. Has this rubber texture when you touch it, just for added support and lockdown. And then moving up the tongue, you have this pinkish tongue with the Union logo on the top, on the tag. Also in that stitching that is very distinct as well. One thing I hate is exposed foam tongues. And this one has that as well. Don't love that at all. I just don't like how it looks. And then one unique thing about this shoe is that it has your size and the product code printed on the ankle collar. You see that on a lot of Jordan 1 85 cuts. And the ankle collar, it is synthetic leather. And this shoe comes with slightly pink laces out of the box. You can't really see it on video, but up close, it's a little bit pink. Or at least that's what I think anyway. And it does come with 2 extra set of laces. One in yellow and one with dark brown and pink. And out of the 3, I do think I just prefer the laces out of the box. I think yellow looks fine. Those brown and pink laces are maybe a bit too much for me, so just laces out of the box, I think that's the one I'm going with. And the Nike Field General comes with a rubber cup sole, no Zoom Air, no Nike Air, minimal cushioning. That's a very old shoe. Remember, it came out in 1982, so it's very ancient technology. And you'll see the Nike on the sole as well as stitching very visible. And this kind of carved out design around the heel. That's pretty unique as well. And then a waffle rubber outsole. These are not spikes like you would expect on football cleats, but these waffle patterns does stick out. I don't love how that looks, kind of like grosses me out a little bit. Not sure why, but yeah, there we go. Now the insole of this shoe, just honestly rubbish. I would have preferred some better insoles just to make up for the lack of cushioning in the shoe, but $120 from Nike, can't really expect much. And it also comes with this rubber football hang tag. In the box of the shoe, a special branded box. You'll see it's made to look like a locker with the key and the handle here. Union LA's logo, Nike branded as well. Inside the box, special paper as well. You see on the lid it says Union was here, and you get a bunch of stickers as well. You'll see inside the box where it says CMB with a love heart. That is meant to represent like how people would draw inside their lockers growing up. And I believe CMB stands for the first initials of the founders of Union LA. They are a married couple. The name escapes me. I'm gonna drop it right here. But very cool storytelling overall on this box. Now moving on to sizing and comfort, I'm a wide and flat footer. When you actually go to buy this shoe on Union LA's website, it actually tells you that you should go half a size down. And I wasn't too sure what I should do because I do have wide and flat feet, but I followed their advice. I went half a size down to size 9. And it actually does fit pretty well, lengthwise, widthwise. And I think the reason you go half a size down is because there's very minimal padding, like in the shoe, like around the ankle collar, it's pretty thin. And this mid panel is literally just like a very thin and flimsy piece. So there's really no padding behind it. Same with the toe box. So half a size down, go with what they recommend. And in terms of the overall comfort, I wasn't expecting like the most comfortable shoe. It's a very old shoe, a rubber cup sole. That's about it in terms of cushioning. And I will say you do feel very flat to the ground. However, it's not like super stiff. The materials, the soft mesh doesn't like hurt your feet. Not like some Jordan 4s that come out of the box. It just might as well be like punching your feet. Even with this chunky rubber sole, it's not like the most heavy shoe. Even though I had low expectations in terms of comfort for the shoe, it surpassed it. It did surpass it. If I had to compare it to like another shoe, a more comfortable Air Force One, a less clunky, boxy, and heavy Air Force One maybe. Kind of like a Nike Dunk, not the SB Dunk, but just a regular Dunk. Yeah, somewhere in between. And that brings the total sole score of the Union LA Field General to 32 out of 50. Pretty average score compared to other collaborations. Now first, it is colorway. I don't love the colorway of the shoe. I do like brown, especially as I get older, but I think the hint of pink and the yellow, I don't know, it just stands out a bit too bold for me. I don't love how they work together. Yeah, just a bit too much going on in terms of the colorway. Now in terms of the materials, for $120 from Nike, what am I expecting? Not the best. The suede, the leather, it's not like the most premium materials or anything. But again, relative to the price point, it's nothing too disappointing. But just in a vacuum, definitely better materials on other shoes. Now in terms of the comfort, yeah, very old, very old shoe. Can't expect too much. Just a rubber cup sole, there's no air cushioning or anything like that. The insoles are absolute trash. That's one big nitpick. If you already come with a shoe that has minimal technology because it's old, at least maybe upgrade the insole that you put into the shoe. But no. But even with all that, I still think, compared to my expectations, this is a decently comfortable shoe, right around kind of very average, more comfortable than an Air Force One, definitely more comfortable than some very clunky and stiff pinky toe killing Jordan 4s that we've seen recently. But yeah, overall, don't expect too much padding, cushioning, or anything like that. Just expect a very flat to the ground shoe that'll get you from point A to point B. Now in terms of the versatility of the shoe, I think the silhouette is relatively wearable. It's not like super weird or anything. I think low cuts in a vacuum are more wearable than like a high cut shoe. But the wearability of the colorway, there's a lot going on. There is a lot going on. The slight hints of pink are a little loud, but not too much, because it's just kind of restrained to certain parts of the shoe. But that pink is pretty bright, and the yellow also stands out quite a bit. It almost has too much of like a rugged look for it to be super wearable. But yeah, not the most versatile shoe. And in terms of the storytelling, I always expect pretty good storytelling from Union LA. From the box to that little football that comes with the shoe, to the branding on the shoe with the tag and the tag on the tongue. I think it's all pretty well done. This shoe isn't going to get as much attention compared to like Nike Dunks or Jordan Brand shoes, especially as a collaboration with Union LA. But I do really appreciate Nike reaching back into the archives, introducing something that people have forgotten about, or introducing something new to people that weren't around back then. I wish they would do that more often, instead of regurgitating a bunch of very similar colorways, throwing it back at us. Bring back some of these forgotten shoes. Now next, please, for the love of all things holy, for the love of all things almighty, please bring back the Huarache 2K4s, and I will die happy. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Sole Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Nike Field General Union LA Shimmer. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.